I'm joined by Andy Owusu, fresh off the Britbowl Championship. How does that feel?
Excited. Everything is just flowing. Adrenaline's going right now. I'm sure I'm going to feel a lot of pain in a couple of hours. But we're over the moon. It's been a huge barrier coming into it over the last couple of years as well, with the losses we've taken in the finals. So we had one mission coming into it this time around, and mission's complete.
Well, your mission finished with an MVP as well. So my gosh, I mean, you ripped off some really powerful long runs there, and it felt like that might have been the difference here, was that just explosiveness on offenses that you managed to get a bit more than them. How did it feel for you going this game, how it went?
We knew it was going to come down to last man standing. Obviously, They had explosive plays, we had explosive plays, but it was just a matter of who can do it the longest. And obviously we were going jab for jab in the first quarter, second quarter as well. The difference really came in the third and fourth, especially the fourth, when we started to pull apart, and it just shows sort of like the depth we have and how, we're allowed to rest our players. Obviously I went down as well, and we kept the momentum going when I went down, and I was able to luckily get back in and get the finishing blow. So I don't know, man. It's great.
One running back after another running back, 39 pretty much closed out the game. Uriah, thank you very much for your name. So he closed out the game, didn't he? So you seemed very in control the whole game. Did it feel that way for you guys on the sideline?
It may have looked that way, but I don't know if it felt that way. We were really trying to not lose it as we're going along. It's very easy to let things get to you, especially when we have like turnovers. Your head can go down. When they score, your head can go down. But we really had to keep on reminding our players, like, we're in a game. This is what we want. It's good winning a game, but if you walk over somebody, it's not as exciting as when you're actually going blow for blow. And we've played these guys a couple of times now, and it's been an exciting match every time we play them. These are the people that we look forward to playing in the regular season now, and they're only going to develop from here.
Absolutely, and you've got young players by the looks of it. You've got young players on your team, so it feels like that this momentum you brought is possibly here to stay. Obviously, you've got to reset every year, but does it feel that way for you now?
For sure. We've definitely got new blood. We've got some academy kids. We've got some of the kids from the junior teams as well. We've got people from various London teams who've also come into it, so buy into the culture. We've got a lot of people in practice and getting like
Tanya has joined us to tell us everyone who's MVP.
getting sort of everybody a touch at the ball is a bit challenging at practice, because there's just so many people who actually want to be in there. But the attitude is great. They don't let their head get down when they don't get enough time in the game, and everybody's sort of waiting for the opportunity. I've been in the team maybe 3-4 years now. I played in the first final against Manchester. I was in a different position then. I was playing tight end. I was doing mostly blocking. But I've had to buy my time, and now it's finally happened. So I'm sure if people keep buying in, somebody else will break it next year, and then it'll be their time.
Fantastic. Andy Owusu, thank you very much for joining Inside Britbowl. Congratulations, and stay well going into GB in the autumn. I'm here with Tanya Dokubu of the London Warriors, now Premiership champs, right? Britbowl winners. How does that feel after 2 years without? What's maybe been 4 years now because of COVID, but you've got it done today.
It's absolutely incredible. I think for me specifically, so I joined the Warriors this season. It's my first season with Warriors. I've been at Blitz since I started playing senior ball in 2018. But I started playing this game in 2015, and I've never ever played in the finals.
Wow.
First ever time I'm playing in the finals today, and to win it, honestly, can't put into words how I'm feeling today. It's all the sacrifices you put for this game actually paying off. The feelings I have today are feelings I'll never ever forget. And to do it with these guys on defense, to concede 10 points against what is a hell of an offense for Bristol, 100%. Absolutely incredible. Conceded 2 touchdowns against them in the 3 times we played them. That's absolutely incredible. I'm honestly just super grateful for everyone I've had the opportunity to share the field with this season. Honestly, I'm lost for words. It is hard to believe, because again, I remember last year, I lost to Bristol at the end of last season. I was playing with a cast and I broke a bone in my wrist, and I literally said to myself, "Is this going to be my last game?" I didn't see my love for the game was pretty much gone. Again, like I was saying, all the sacrifices put in, and I'd never been to a finals, never actually won anything. I said to myself, "Was that really the end for me?" And then coming to the Warriors today, this season, sort of rediscovered my love for the game again, and again, just for it all to pay off. Yeah, I feel like I've gone on for so long for someone who said I have no words, but it's all just.
But talk to us about that defense, right? Yeah. So that defense, it runs quicker than I've seen. It moves people more than I've seen. Isn't it? I mean, Rob Warren was everywhere today, right? And what I've noticed is that quite a lot of them are young still, right?
It is. The Warriors have a knack for finding just pure athletes. But it's all well and good finding athletes if you don't have the coaches to turn them into actual monsters in the field. Again, all that athleticism, all that talent just goes to waste. And again, you have to just talk about like the Allen coaching tree. Like they are legends in this game. Again, one of the major reasons for me coming over to the Warriors was, again, just the ability to work with Marv Allen. What he's done in the game, not just in Britbowl, but just naturally in the NFL as well. Like, just that level of experience, having that passed on to us is just absolutely incredible. Thing is, like, we live and breathe him out there. The coaching he gives us is hard, it's tough, and it shows out there. Like you said, flying around, we are fast, we are aggressive, and we believe in ourselves. Like, the level of training we do, we know that whatever game we turn up to, whoever we're up against, we can hang.
And it felt like this today, it almost like was on a balance, certainly going into the third quarter, but it felt like you guys just had that one extra explosive play in you. And the MVP, Andy Owusu, was one who managed to take it over. We had Dean, close call at the end as well. Did you feel like that was the difference in the end?
It did. I remember...
Peter Jones joining us.
I remember, again, my year sort of at the Blitz playing against the Warriors. I always remembered the Warriors were a second half team. Being on this side of the ball now, I see that truly. Like, again, going in at halftime, going in at third quarter, it was a close game. Again, they ran us all the way up until the third quarter, but we believed in ourselves. We believed in our training, we believed in our conditioning. We knew that when push came to shove, we were going to be there and see that over the line.
Brilliant. Well, Tonya, congratulations for
today.
You finally got that medal that you've been chasing for, but congratulations and stay well into the autumn.
Appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much. So I'm joined by Peter Jones, the Bristol Aztecs head coach. Commiserations for today, a hard-fought game, but you've got to be proud of what happened today with the boys who never stopped battling up into the end, right?
Yeah, really proud of the guys, and obviously the Warriors are a very good team. They came out kind of really hard straight off the bat, as you'd expect, first quarter, and they kind of rocked us a little bit and scored early and had some big drives early, and you've got to sort of dig in against a team like that, you know what I mean? And we really did kind of like dig in. We kind of righted the ship. We put some points on the board ourselves, and then for I think most of the second and third quarter it was 16-10, but they got a lot of guys, they got a lot of big bodies, they are good at running the football. It will start to kind of wear you down, and Tonya was just saying then, they're a sort of second half team and kind of built like that a little bit. They've got lots of big defensive linemen that wear you down, lots of big running backs that wear you down. You need to kind of score quickly and stay ahead of them, and we weren't able to do that today, so they kind of controlled the game. I felt like start of the fourth quarter, I was thinking, we're in a good spot here. We had a couple of nice drives late third, early fourth quarter, and I thought, we need to score here, kick the extra point, 17-16, mid-late fourth quarter, we're in a real good spot, and then they scored one, and then, we have to go for it on a fourth down because we were chasing it a little bit, and we don't get it, and then they get and we threw a couple of picks, chasing the game a bit, but
It felt like, if it was, like I say, it was a very evenly matched game. It was 16-14, wasn't it, until like late in the third or something like that. 16-10 until very, very late on. But it felt like they just had that one extra explosive play. You had ones, right? You had AJ Carr all over the field. You had your number 13 wide receiver was everywhere as well, right? Until he got a knock. But did it feel that way, or what do you think was the difference today?
I feel like we were making plays. I mean, it's turnovers, really. I don't think they turned the ball over, did they? They
had one pick.
We had one pick, and I think we threw 3 picks.
Right. Yeah.
So I think turnovers. I think when you look on the day, we probably had similar yards of offense to them.
Right.
Which was like the second regular season game in Bristol. Both teams had a similar amount of offense. We just couldn't score when we were in the red zone. We actually scored in the red zone today, and we looked better on offense. But I think we've lost the turnover battle today, and that's kind of hurt us to the tune of 14 points or whatever,
Yeah. So what are you going to take from this into next year then? Because this is they were saying this is the first time you've been here. That can only be a platform to build from, surely.
Yeah, I mean, we need to keep on getting better. We've got a young team. Last year, we had the second youngest team in all of the BAFA adult leagues.
Right.
And we haven't got much older, really, So I think the average age of the team is like 25. We're still young. This is our first one here. Probably going to return about 90% of the squad next year. And they've got a lot of experience. They've got a lot of guys who've been here before, lots of times. And even in the Blitz guys like Tonya, they're kind of guys who've been to the playoffs every year, and a lot of those guys have been to Britbowls against the Warriors. And so, there's a lot of experience on that team. And Tony Allen, I don't know how many Britbowls he's been to.
Must be getting
and
bored.
won, loads, with all the ones with the Olympians as well. He's not getting bored, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's a really good experienced team, and we gave him a good game. It was competitive, and when I was offensive coordinator for the Aztecs, sort of 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago, people would always say to us like, in it pointless. You always finish third. And and you're never going to win the Britbowl. Why'd you do it? And my answer was always like, I want to play against good football teams. The London Warriors are a good football team. And people have this, why would you want to play the Warriors every year? Because they're a good football team.
Yeah.
I want to play good football teams. I do not want to go and play football teams that can't tackle and can't throw the ball and can't run. And you don't know what scheme they're running because they don't know what scheme they're running.
Yeah.
We want to play good football teams. We want to play competitive games against good football teams. And today we played the best football team in the country. They won the national championship, and we were competitive for sort of 50 minutes.
Yeah. Well, Peter Jones, thank you very much for joining us on Inside Britbowl. But congratulations on a really successful season. Commiserations for today, but well done.
Thanks, fellas. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Take care.